What's going on, Mason? What's going on, George Mason University? What's up, George Mason University? What's going on, George Mason University? We're back. Double ball!
I'm Perry Buckley.
Lindsay Hokinson.
And I'm DeMonte Shaw.
What's going on, George Mason University? Welcome back inside another episode of the Pressbox. As always, I'm Vandy Bernard, and if this setup looks different, it's because it is. We're outside of a studio at the Aquatic and Fitness Center, here with the Director of Fitness, Ethan Carter. Ethan, thank you for joining us today on the show.
No problem.
And just got to start off with, it's a nice cut. I like your cut.
Yeah, most people do. I try to be a superhero, but I've always liked Spider-Man, and actually in high school, people gave me the nickname Spider when I would run. It's kind of embarrassing, but I would run with my hands like this.
It's a good choice of superhero. Is it coffee in the cup? Coffee drinker?
No, I don't enjoy hot beverages, so it's only water.
Okay.
Stay hydrated.
Alright, I like that. Me too. I enjoy water. So let's just get started with just your background of how you got to Mason, just a timeline of how you got here, and a little experiences.
Yeah. Originally, I started out pursuing athletic training when I was in college, and I did a short internship with the Washington Redskins, and then I kind of felt like strength and conditioning is more my area, and so I fell into a graduate assistantship position at SUNY Cortland, which is in upstate New York, right by Binghamton and Syracuse. So when I was there, I did the assistantship, found out that I really liked campus recreation. But along the way, I was able to dabble in some athletic training, do some strength and conditioning, and then also do some personal training. And then I got my job out at the University of Minnesota as a fitness coordinator. And it got a little full for me up there.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And so then I came out here to this job, and it's been a pretty good thing for me, so I appreciate it.
And so tell us about just some of your day-to-day activities here at Mason, some things that you do.
Yeah, it just depends on what the students throw at me. Sometimes equipment is broken, so we have to do some repairs on that. And my bulk of time is doing some like programming, things such as the Power Meet, some workshops that we do across campus, and of course personal training, which you know all about, since you're one of our personal trainers here. And if necessary, I can dabble into group fitness stuff. So we have group fitness classes, yoga Pilates classes, just maintaining a good, healthy environment to encourage lifelong living for the campus community here at Mason.
That's awesome. And you mentioned the Power Meet, which, by the way, if you haven't come out to a Power Meet, it's absolutely amazing time. Whether you're competing or not, it's amazing to just watch those and compete. So definitely you want to make sure you come out to those. But just, do you want to touch on any few other events that have gone up throughout the year?
Yeah, this year we had our inaugural indoor triathlon here at the Aquatic and Fitness Center. So it was 30 minutes of swimming, 30 minutes of biking, and then 30 minutes of running. You would take your total mile distance, and that was your final score. And so it was males, females, as well as teams. So if you are not a big fan of swimming, you have a friend that is, they can swim for you, you can bike, and then even run. So that was a really good event. We'll actually be holding it again next year in February. I think it's the 21st of 2015. And then, as you mentioned, we had our Power Meet, which has been an event that's held every semester. And at that one, you have to squat, bench, and deadlift, and you try to lift as much weight as possible. And again, if it's not your thing to just lift a whole bunch of weight, at least you can come out and compete and enjoy. As you mentioned, it is quite an event to see how much weight you move while you're there. And some of our other events, we had the Health and Fitness Expo this spring. And that one was just a bunch of vendors. We're at the Newberry Hall, and people come in, gather some health and fitness information about lifelong living again, which is what we try to encourage here with Mason Recreation. We were partnered with Student Health as well as Mason Dining and Waves. So there was tons and tons of offices. It's nice to just see the community come together for health and fitness events such as that. In the upcoming future, we have a health screening, which is where people can drop in, gather some health-related info, meet with a personal trainer, talk with our dietitian here at Mason, as well as work with Student Health Services to get their blood pressure, just to figure out where you're at health-wise.
Right.
one of the things that has come up a lot more lately is that students, as well as faculty and staff, they assume that everything is completely okay. And when you drop in and you get a screening, you're like, oh, maybe I should work on,
right, you realize some things,
strength or whatnot. And then they always have questions for personal trainers, but you don't want to necessarily participate in personal training, but you do want to ask questions. So we want to bring all the services to the people here. And those happen once a month. And our last one will be happening on, I believe it's the 30th of April. So in the fall, we actually are, with Welcome Weekend, we have an event called Recreation Sensation, which is a showcase of all of our programming. You can learn about aquatics, you can learn about fitness, you can learn about intramurals, you can learn about club sports, and just come out and have a little bit of fun, grab a little snack, and just play a little bit. So those are some of the things that we do, and I just hope to continue to grow our programming. So if you have things that you are interested in, or you have ideas and things of that nature, just send them my way.
Definitely. And of course, Ethan's always looking for more things to expand on, and like you mentioned, some of the great things that have gone on throughout the year. Definitely great turnouts and great things to be a part of. And of course, just tell us about some of the staff we're working with. I mean, we noticed there's fitness attendants, the CSAs, and just all the wonderful people. When you go to the gyms and you see everybody at the front desk walking around, they are the ones that help make this place go, make the facilities go. So just tell us a little bit about the staff, approximately how many employees we're working with.
Well, the first thing I want to mention is that recreation is super, 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 super big. We have a facilities breakdown and we have a programming breakdown. I work in the area of programming and specifically in fitness. Currently, right now, I have about 140 employees that I work with. And so we start with graduate assistants, and the graduate assistants function more like coordinators for the fitness programming. And then we do have a coordinator for group exercise, and what she does is she oversees all of our group exercise classes, which include the cycling, the classes such as the Zumba, the kickboxing, the belly dancing. And then over at the RAC, we have some martial arts and self-defense, which is something that a lot of people are not aware of. With those classes, we have Aikido, we have the Krav Maga, as well as Capoeira, which is a Brazilian-style dance and physical activity. So we have those, and then we have, of course, the yoga and Pilates that people can participate in. So that's one group of students and employees. Then on the other end, we have the fitness attendants, which oversee the facilities. And then we also have our personal trainers, which participate in personal training. Hopefully, I didn't leave anybody out. I've done that before. But our staff is very large, and we also try to make sure that we provide all the health-related information to the people here at the community, as well as provide a safe environment through making sure the facility is nice and clean and everything like that.
Absolutely. And so just real quick before we wrap up, what's your favorite sport? Do you have a favorite team this year? I mean, I know baseball season just got underway.
Yes.
But more so of a baseball guy, basketball, football?
Well, people give me a lot of stick about it, but I'm a soccer fan.
Okay.
And my number one team is Arsenal.
Okay.
Nationally, I'm a U.S. fan. Hoping that they can pull it out. They're in a tough group this year for the World Cup.
Group of death this year.
It is a group of death, but you know what? U.S. has gotten beaten by Ghana a few times in a row, so I think we can kind of get that monkey off our back.
Yeah.
To be able to push forward. So hoping for us to at least make it into the knockout rounds.
Definitely, hopefully. And it's going to be exciting. World Cup coming up soon. And Ethan, thank you for joining us right here on the Pressbox. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us and let us come here to the Aquatic Center and use this nice facility. And if you haven't swung by before, what's wrong with you? Make sure you swing by now. And once again, thank you, Ethan.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you once again to Ryan, our camera guy holding it down. And as always, I'm Brady Bernard. We'll see you next time right here inside the Pressbox.